issues. What's going on, boys and girls? This is the ending to Grounded, the good ending. Lovely stuff, I know, right? Don't have to play this game again. Mosquitoes can go off themselves. Lovely times.
Alley whoop.
Bing, 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 bing. There's a fire song at the end. How beautiful. We gonna let y'all hear that good shit.
Yeltsin thinks it's fire.
This shit's fire.
I think it's alright. It is alright.
Fire. It's the end of the game. End of the game. Hurry up.
Yeah, it's cause I gotta load it. Oh, those things spawn back. Look at them.
It's like, bruh, I want to get back in the game where the orcs aren't here. I'm not trying to constantly have them.
Started running around like that. Well, there you go, guys. How we got to here, you don't need to know unless you actually ask personally. If you ask how we got to here, I'll give you a detailed explanation. First thing I'm gonna do is swat the mess out of that crow and then go stomp on the ants. You thought you was hot stuff, huh?
The fire ones, not the red ones, the working ones.
Fire ones gotta go down.
Shut up.
And with a flash, that was the end of the tiny adventure of a lifetime. At least that's what the local papers call it. It's hard to believe how much has happened since then. There were reporters, investigators, even the FBI got involved. They tried to keep a lid on all of it, but the whole story came out. About the kidnappings, about the dead teenagers, about Armin. Turns out, everyone did learn the name of Director Dalton Schmechter, just like he always would. But when the dust settled, the weirdest thing happened. People learned the truth about the shrinking technology and about me. It felt good to get the recognition that I had always wanted for all my life. Pete, Willow, Max, and Hoops tried to go back to being normal teenagers. Burgle has joined the Kids Do Science and Robotics Club. He's the mascot, they didn't tell him. I'm expecting big things from all of them. Life's getting back to normal around here. It's funny that the world can still seem so small. And no, I haven't come up with my next big invention. And I don't mind one bit either. Because when it comes down to it, all that really matters is that we make the most of the time that we have together.
Now let's hear the song. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that I did 10 times better than
I bet you did, you bum.
Pink Check Space here. Creatures killed, mine was 2,284. Grass harvested was 736. Perfect blocks 1,100 or 1,475 and death 63. Team score 86%. A bonus score hint, spin more signs. Yard time 213 days.
Indeed, such a lovely time.
Thanks for playing, guy. Now let's hear that great song.
If it gets copyright,
I want no talking.
I
want no talking. I want no talking.
Copyright.
Hear the whole song.
It's the end of the game, the end of the game. You did it, baby, yo, I said you did it. You finished the campaign, it's over, it's done, time to celebrate. Yo, you can sit back, relax, let the credits roll through. No more having to eat the magic mushrooms or get eaten by a giant spider. Yo, now you're through. Bam, take it easy, take a load off. Let me take care of you and let the credits roll. Really did it, you finished it, it's over, baby, now it's done and done. I said, we had fun, but it's time to go. You can get up off the couch and take a little poop. And meanwhile, baby, Obsidian is gonna display the credits of the people that worked up on the game. A whole lot of talent and work and blood and sweat and tears went into the production this year, baby. You gotta stand up, appreciate what they did. I said, appreciate it. Once again, I must reiterate, the game is over and through. There's nothing else to do, yo. Yeah, so the game is actually, I don't know what else you're expecting, but that's it. That's it. It's done. It's over. There's really, it's not like a bonus sequence or anything. This is it. I guess if you wanted, you could probably stick around for the credits. Yeah, I'd probably.
You're right. For Willow. Alright, so that's the end of that. But anywho, overall opinion of the game. It's a time sink, a very extensive time sink at the beginning. And we played on low difficulty. And let's just say, when we were trying to get from rags to riches, we were stuck in rags for about 100 of them days.
If you ain't got a base built up high, he's gonna be suffering on that ground. That's all I can say.
The
You're gonna be afraid
gameplay.
of everything in the beginning until you get the riches.
So literally, there's a lot of spiders you can usually end up cheesing. They're gonna eventually fix that, but for now, I guess you can cheese them if you want. Especially a Black Widow, you can get away with cheesing it a lot. The only difference is sometimes it freaks out and actually breaks free. That's the only concerning part. Besides ants.
If you're good like me, you could just go ahead and kill them with the shield. Just get up in there and parry master that hoe.
Okay, buddy. Ants tend to be under rocks, so I noticed that a lot of bugs are like glitching under the rocks and stuff. That needs to be fixed. And the devs put dust mites in the valley where those rhino beetles are first found near the grill, in order to essentially soft lock you out of getting those twilight shells in the easiest way possible. Because before, I had a trap over there, and then they put a whole bunch of dust mites in that area where they usually sit at, because I guess they caught on that people were making traps there in order to take the easiest route possible. And to me personally, that just feels like an easy cop out that they're trying to do in order to try and essentially pad the game longer. And in my personal opinion, when it comes to playing by yourself, you cannot beat it on low difficulty by yourself unless you are like
put that hole on mild or easy, whatever it's called.
Unless you're top tier at the game, you're not gonna do well, because that mantis especially
like
needs
me.
More to okay, buddy. That mantis especially, the orchid
Hey, mantis is hard, bro. You definitely need some help. I tell you that
you
much.
need more than one person in order to do the mantis by yourself. Brute mother is easy because you can just straight blitz her with spicy, but the mantis is going to be a problem because he's only weak to salty, and then everything else he's resistant to. You know, slashing, bashing, piercing, whatever. And there were a couple instances where whenever the orb weaver shot spider webs at me, it would mess up my camera And so I would be in third person. A spider web will shoot at me, and then it'll force me in first person, but like severe first person, to where my field of view is up in my face and I can't see anything. So I had to switch to first to switch back out in order to actually see my surroundings. Certain areas felt like they just threw a whole bunch of bugs there just to add difficulty. Like, for example, when it came
I want to be able to do a backflip in this damn game.
Oh.
God damn, I'm a human. Humans can do backflips.
Well, mine is him complaining about
To be able to
backflips.
jump off something and do a backflip and land in the water like an OG.
Mine is him complaining about backflips. There were
Fix the freaking aphid pets. Their names aren't sticking. What the hell's up with that?
Yeah, that too. And so the pet house, the aphid names aren't sticking, and we got this on the Xbox app. We don't have it on Steam, because Steam is a whole nother conundrum that a lot of people are dealing with, where they have to make an Xbox account because Grounded is through Microsoft, and that's the only way you can actually play the game multiplayer is if you make a Xbox account in order to access Grounded from there, in order to make an actual functioning account. And like I said before, with the overuse of bugs, it's fine with them in number as long as it's within reasoning. But when you have literally wolf spiders, ticks, and God knows what else all next to each other, the spiders in general are going to attack, and fire ants. None of the bugs are attacking each other until they accidentally hit each other. Which
I'm so excited!
Okay. Which in other words, what me and Yosin were looking for was, we were looking for more of a sense of realism, as in Yosin was complaining because he wanted to see the bug, like the spider actually wrap him and take him away.
I want to see the animation, bro. Make the game better I want to see the Black Widow eat me. I want to see the Black Widow wrap me up and put me in a little cocoon and then I die.
Or there were things that just quite frankly didn't make sense. How the wolf spider's always aggressive against us the second we get anywhere near, yet when it comes to all the other bugs, it just plainly ignores them like nothing happened. But the second it sees us, it's a problem. Why aren't the bugs attacking
each other? The wolf spider is literally meant to be killing. Supposed to be an apex predator, supposed to kill everything in its area.
And you got fire
territory.
You got fire ants in the area, hyper aggressive. Even the worker ants or the fire ant side are aggressive. Do they attack anything else? No. The second you show up, it's fair game, just like that. There's also a part on the shed where if you fall in the hole, you can get stuck, and you cannot get out unless you die. That is a big problem. Unless you plan on hucking everything out, and it's on the right. It's on the right side of the shed when you're looking at the shed. On the right side, across from the bike, and there's like a little gap where you can get stuck at that you can't get out of. But a lot of the enemies are way too easy to cheese, but I suppose that's needed when a lot of things can 1 to 2 shot you on woe. Spiders have a tendency to jump into the water whenever they're too close to you and you happen to jump in the water last second and they're lunging for you. Their pathing tends to get broken and they go in the water as a result. Insta drown. Can you stop with the laugh track? I hear the white beard creeping. But should you get the game for its current price? Not really. It's not worth $40.
Don't buy Grounded. It is not worth $40. Might as well just get the Game Pass. You'll be chilling.
Get the Game Pass.
Don't buy Grounded.
It's somewhere around 15 to 20. Somewhere around
the
there.
devs don't know what they're doing.
It still needs more polishing. The peer-to-peer is sometimes it's a mess. Other times it's not. But usually when you have like 3 people, that's when it starts really having a problem. My frame rate kept dropping whenever I fought the mantis because too much stuff would be on the screen. And that also applied to whenever I shot arrows and the arrows would fall in the water. Because the arrows would bounce on the water so much, it would drop the frame rate because of that. Anything else?
And at the end of the game, put us back into the game. What the hell? Why do I have to start from the point where
Yosin's complaining
saved
because
it.
he wants to actually
I want to go back in the game
load
and enjoy
in.
it.
Or he wants to load in without the orc bugs constantly hounding him. He wants to actually enjoy walking around without the constant threat of something attacking him if he just sits
It's
still for a
window
little
all
bit.
on my meat. I want him to be away from me.
Also, it's here's the second to last thing. Like he said with Window's following distance, you need to back it up a bit because he's up in my face
All in your
24/7 every time I try and get him to follow. In the good ending boss fight, I didn't know what was going on because between Director Schmechter head at and in Window, I didn't know whose ball was whose, and they were just shooting them constantly, causing chaos. That's fine.
Give them different colored balls. What's going on?
But I need to know who's who.
Who I need to dodge.
And on top of
that
that,
boy Window kept hitting me.
yeah. On top of that, Window has friendly fire
than
on.
good.
I mean, I get it since we, when we play, it's friendly fire too. But still, it's like it's already hard enough when I have to worry about accidentally hitting my teammate or my teammate accidentally hitting me. And why are we adding Window into the mix?
Give the mat and freaking health bar, not a duration. He needs a health bar.
The man, so the man, it's fine when he gets summoned and all that stuff, right? But at the same time, I want to see how long he's gonna be there to help me because sometimes I get in situations where I really need his assistance, and me not knowing how long he's gonna be around is already worrying enough to where I just immediately just decide to beeline it and get out of there. So, for example, we were trying to brew the Embiggencell, right? Right? During that whole fight, they kept my own mutation, mind you. He came out, and the second he came out,
hey bro, go ahead and hit credits.
What are you talking about?
Just hit credits and then continue the conversation. Let the song play again. We'll do that at the same time.
No. Not doing
Come on, bro. Don't be a hoe.
You can listen.
You ready?
Yeah. In 3,
1. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1, go. But also, what was I talking about? Why is my own mutation causing damage to me? Tell me.
To my teammates as well.
That too.
Golly.
So the new mutations, when you fight the assistant manager, the shocking dismissal, the mantis, not the mantis, the mant mutation,
the mysterious stranger.
Yeah, the mysterious stranger, shocking dismissal, mysterious stranger, and I feel like there was another one that I'm missing. That explosion thing, that fungus explosion thing when you hit with basics, but I never did that, so that wasn't a problem.
It's like truffle stuff or some shit like that.
Yeah, but those two particular, especially the mysterious stranger one, I should not have to be afraid of my own mutation decking me in the face because I don't know when he's gonna show up. Because he literally shows up randomly, and because I'm swinging at something and moving around in a circle trying to kite it, he shows up out of nowhere, and the second he shows up, he's not even fully loaded. He's already swinging, and he hits me accidentally. I lose half my health because of it, because he hits me. I have, I have fully upgraded Antlion. Granted, Antlion isn't all that great, but it's something like, mid-ish, late-ish, like early, late-ish armor, right? So I just threw that on, and I beat the game with that just fine. Also, when it came to brewing the Embiggencell, that's all fine and dandy, but the amount of insects they give you, now let's say if a person who plays by themselves wants to try WoW, they aren't going to beat it. It's going to be too hard for them. They need at least one extra person, because we know darn well Window ain't going to help, because Window's just shooting electric balls and missing everything. Also, the dialogue is fine, but we found ourselves skipping through it a lot of the time, only because it became paragraphs. I want to the whole point is narrow it down to 20 words or less. So for example, when it's like, Director Schmechter stole my work and blah blah blah, That's all he had to say. Director Smector stole my work and is trying to take my achievements. That's it. I knew he was a conniving rat. He's always been after me since day one. And then extra stuff added on. No need for all that. Just tell me 20 words or less, the baseline stuff. And when I'm more interested in the game, basically slowly build up my interest. Don't just immediately bombard me with text, because when we went to Burgle immediately bombards you with text, and to the point where you're just skipping through until you get the objectives. It's like, oh, go to Hedge, go to Haze, go to Pond, and go to, and what's that last one? Black Ant. Yeah.
Stump.
No, not Stump.
Sandbox.
Yeah, Sandbox. Go to those four. And it's like, I get when you're trying to introduce people to the game, you're trying to tell them where to go. But when you have, and you're trying to make the character quirky and stuff, but there were some dialogue options. I don't remember exactly, but there were some dialogue options that you could have took out. Wouldn't have changed anything. It would have just came off the same. But like I said before, and like Yosin said, not worth $40. Don't. If anything, if you do get it off of Game Pass.
Where it's free.
Yeah, if anything, if it does come to an actual price around like 15 to 20, around there, not up to 40. No, it still needs a lot of work for that, because on top of that, there are some cases where it's like I'll get killed by something, right? And then because I get killed near an obstacle, my bag glitches inside the rock because they killed me near an obstacle. I don't want to have to go back and reload the game because I get glitched near a rock and my bag's stuck in there. And that just basically breaks the flow of the game up. And then a couple occasions while I was playing, I would have like blatant things happen where the hitboxes on enemies, like the regular bombardiers, they're iffy, but they're still fine. The orc bombardiers, you can be nowhere near that blast, you get hit. So you need to tweak that a little bit. Whether or not you see this, up to you. I don't know. I'm just giving my own 2 cents from my own casual playthrough. Appreciate you guys sticking through. That was the good ending. Bad ending was just pretty much, well, we're not gonna go to that. You guys will probably get the bad ending regardless, because I'm pretty sure you won't figure out how to go get to the lab until later. Because that's
until after you experience the bad ending.
That's what happened to us, because we thought we had everything, then we went, and then we turned out it wasn't. And it's like, well, I noticed it's the bad ending because she's frowning. Also, if you do get this game, play on controller. Keyboard and mouse is not gonna work. It's not proper. I'm letting you know now. That's a warning. But if you want to do what you do, do what you do. I can't control you. You do what you want. But as always, thank you, and I shall catch you guys later. Okay.